Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Bivocational Builder vlog. And I had to fire someone this week in my construction business. I had to let someone go on Monday morning. First thing Monday morning. And man, that's never easy. I know some people think being the boss is easy, that it's gravy. I've even heard people say, if I was the boss, I'd fire everybody. If someone did this, I'd fire them. Man, you probably wouldn't make the best boss. I mean, the goal is actually to, teach people, to train them, to lead them, guide them, direct them, help them to grow. And I had a guy that I gave several opportunities to be here on time and to not take as long of a lunch as they were taking and to increase their productivity. Man, if you're out there and I don't care if you're in the church or outside of the church, man, be productive. Be productive. Be someone that you would employ. Be someone that you would give a job to, that you would hire. But anyways, I gave them several options, and then Monday morning after Easter Sunday, they don't show up. They don't even let me know they weren't going to show up. So I had to make the call and just tell them, hey, your last day was Friday. Not this coming Friday, but the last Friday. They had not shown up before, not told me. It was just, several things that I tried to work with them on. But, the reality is sometimes, even though you're doing the right thing, you're making the right move, I had to let this guy go because he had several opportunities to improve and he didn't. And the job was running behind. Then I had to jump in there. But watch this. There's always a cost, and you got to weigh the cost. Was there a greater cost of me keeping this person, or was the greater cost of me letting them go? Now, there was a cost. There's always going to be a cost. I had to jump in, and actually I haven't done any physical work, on a job site in quite a while, unless I just kind of wanted to. Been a couple years probably. I've been really working on building a business. Yes, I'm in the construction industry, but I'm working on building a business. And so I haven't done anything in a while. And I had to jump in there, man, because I got a time frame. I've got a due date that I've got to turn things over to people. And so I had to jump in there and do stuff, man. And I'm going to be real honest. I didn't really like that. I didn't like that. But I had to do what I had to do. But the cost of keeping someone around that is not doing what you've already instructed them to do, that's not improving, that's showing no signs that they will improve, is greater because, their attitude and their habits are going to wear off on those that they're working with and around. And so, likewise, we probably don't like to talk about this that much, maybe in the church, but at the beginning of the year, there's someone I had to let go, not that they were paid, they were a volunteer, but I had to sit them down. And, man, those moments always suck. They're not fun. They're just, that's not like the thing that you set out to do, as a pastor. I can't wait to set people down or tell them, we don't need you anymore, or whatever it might be. But you have to. There's moments where you have to make that decision. Yet that decision has consequences, And so there's things that I'm now doing at my church because I had to let someone go and I didn't have someone else to plug in there and put in their spot. So, all that to say, man, when you're leading anything, if you're a leader out there, a pastor, a ministry leader, or in the business world, man, leading is not always easy. This week was, man, it was a hard week for me. Not only because of that, but just all the way around, just the pressure of all kinds of stuff, not having enough time for anything. I think you probably often run out of time no matter what, whether you are full time in business or at your job or full time in ministry. You could probably always use some more time, but when it's bivocational, man, it's even, there's just an added layer of pressure and stress, um, because I've got a grandson this week that I had to help out with, um, that that was outside of the normal things that I would help out with him. And I've got a kid that's doing dance in the mornings. I've got the same child. My youngest daughter is actually doing not only dance in the mornings, but she's having dance practice every single night of the week, getting out at 9 or later. That's usually when we're trying to get our kids in bed. We've got another one that had wrestling. Man, on top of just everything that you got going on, leading's not easy. It's not always easy. And so just want to encourage everyone out there that sometimes you got to make tough decisions. You got to make tough decisions. That's the one thing I've learned about being a leader is you've got to be the one willing to make hard decisions and have hard conversations that a lot of people aren't willing to have and make. And so as a leader, I applaud you, whether it's in business or ministry. In ministry, and it can be even harder. It's never easy letting go of a volunteer. They were doing this willingly. Like they were giving of their time willingly. There was no compensation for them. And that's a hard moment, man. But sometimes it's a decision that has to be made. So I want to encourage you, if you're out there watching the Bivocational Builder, my name's Caleb Knight. I not only am a pastor, but I'm also a construction business owner. That's why I call this little vlog series the Bivocational Builder. And I just want to share some of my life with you, kind of outside of the pulpit on Sundays. This is a faith building channel. But not everyone's life looks the same. This is what my life looks like in this season. I just noticed the flag, Old Glory, flying right there. But I just want to encourage you. That's all I want to do. I want to encourage you, but also showing you some of what my life looks like behind the scenes. But if you're not new, make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you subscribe. Like this video, comment, share it. Let me know you're here. And I can't wait to get to some more episodes. Have a great day. See you soon.